You wanted a monster. You spent years breaking me, stripping me down to nothing, laughing as I bled, mocking my silence, testing my patience. You pushed again and again until I had nothing left to lose. Now, look at me. This is the monster you asked for. The one you created with your betrayal. The one you built with your cruelty. The one who no longer cares about your approval, your lies, or your games. I was kind once. I was patient. I gave people chances. I believed in second chances. Not anymore. That version of me is gone. The one who forgave. The one who let things slide. The one who walked away instead of fighting back. That person died the day I realized the truth. Kindness is seen as weakness. Silence is seen as surrender. And patience, that's just an invitation for people to hurt you more. So I changed. I adapted. I became what you wanted me to be. Cold. Calculated. Ruthless. I don't seek revenge. I don't need to. Because monsters don't chase, they wait. And trust me, your time will come. You should have left me alone. You should have let me be. You should have known that no one stays soft forever. Now, you'll learn. The monster you created now stands tall. And I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. I am the dark. You still don't understand, do you? You thought I'd stay broken. That I'd keep crawling. That I'd keep swallowing the pain. Keep turning the other cheek. Keep letting you walk all over me. But there's something you never realized. Pain doesn't just destroy people. Sometimes it sharpens them. Sometimes it turns them into something unrecognizable. And now you stand before the result of everything you did. This is the monster you asked for. The one you pushed too far. The one who no longer needs saving, no longer needs validation, no longer waits for someone to do the right thing. I was a fool before. A fool to believe in fairness. A fool to believe in loyalty. A fool to believe people would treat me the way I treated them. But monsters don't believe in fairy tales. I see the world as it is now. Ugly, ruthless, merciless, and I fit right in. You see, I don't hate you. Hate would mean you still have a place in my mind. No, I don't feel anything for you at all. That's the difference between us now. You tried to break me because you wanted to see me weak. But all you did was take away everything that made me fragile. Now, I am steel. I am fire. I am something you can never hurt again. And that terrifies you, doesn't it? Because you can't control me anymore. You can't manipulate me. You can't use my kindness against me. You can't twist my emotions to your advantage. I don't play by your rules anymore. And that means you've lost. Not because I want revenge. Not because I need you to suffer. But because I've risen beyond you. And you? You're still stuck in the same pathetic games. I could crush you if I wanted to. But I won't. Because monsters don't waste time on the weak. And you? You were never as strong as you pretended to be. You feel it now, don't you? The shift, the power slipping from your hands, the fear creeping into your bones. You spent so long trying to break me. But you never once thought about what would happen if I survived. And now, here we are. You wanted me to feel small, to doubt myself, to beg for a place in your world. But I don't need your world. I built my own. A world where I answer to no one. A world where I owe nothing. A world where I take what I need and leave the rest to burn. I don't fear losing anymore, because I already lost everything once. And when you've crawled through hell with nothing but your own screams for company, you realize something. You don't need anyone. You don't need approval. You don't need permission to exist. You only need the fire inside you, the one that never died, no matter how hard they tried to put it out. You see, I don't live in the past anymore. I don't carry the weight of old wounds. I don't stay up at night thinking about what I could have done differently, because I know now everything happened exactly as it needed to. I had to be betrayed. I had to be broken. I had to be abandoned. Because without that pain, I never would have become this force, this storm, This monster standing before you now. And now I see it in your eyes. The regret, the panic, the realization that you should have never pushed me this far. But it's too late for that now. You don't get to take back what you did. You don't get to rewrite history. You don't get to undo the monster you created. You asked for this, and now you'll live with it. Because I don't look back anymore. I don't chase. I don't seek apologies. I just move forward. And I destroy anything that dares stand in my way. You feel it, don't you? The weight of your choices pressing down on you. The cold realization that you can't undo what you've done. You thought you were untouchable. You thought you could break me without consequence. You thought I would always be the one suffering while you walked away unscathed. But monsters don't suffer. Monsters endure, and then they rise. You thought you were building your own power when you tore me down, but you were just forging mine. You handed me every lesson I needed. You made me immune to pain, deaf to lies, blind to manipulation. You trained me without even realizing it. And now, the thing you once controlled is beyond your reach. I don't need to prove anything to you. I don't need to hear your excuses. I don't even need you to understand what you've done, because I already won, not by seeking revenge, not by wasting my energy on you, but by evolving into something you can never touch again. Do you hear that? The silence? That's the sound of indifference. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you regret it. I don't care if you miss the old me. That person is dead, and in their place stands something else, something colder, stronger, untamed. I don't crave acceptance anymore. I don't seek love where it isn't given freely. I don't waste time on people who wouldn't bleed for me. I walk alone now, and that doesn't make me weak. That makes me unstoppable. Because the moment you stop seeking approval is the moment you become untouchable. And I am untouchable. So go ahead, tell yourself whatever helps you sleep at night. Convince yourself that I changed for the worse. Tell your stories, twist the truth, paint yourself as the victim. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I don't live in your world anymore. I live in mine. You still don't get it, do you? You thought this was a phase, a temporary storm that would pass, that somehow I'd return to the way I was before, soft, forgiving, willing to forget. But you don't come back from this. Once you've stepped into the darkness, you don't leave it. You become it. And I have. There's no return to innocence, no undoing what's been done, no erasing the scars that shaped me. I no longer seek the light. I no longer beg for understanding. I no longer wish for things to be different. Because this is where I belong now, not trapped in the past, not waiting for apologies that will never come, not holding on to the weight of old wounds. I let go of all that the moment I embraced what I had become. And you're still standing there, staring at me like you don't recognize me, like you didn't create the very thing you now fear. But deep down, you know, this is the monster you asked for. This is the result of every lie, every betrayal, every time you thought you could break me and walk away without consequence. But I don't want revenge. I don't need to hurt you. Because the truth is, I've already won, not by becoming like you. No, by becoming something greater. I don't move out of anger anymore. I don't act out of spite. I don't waste my energy on people who aren't worth my fire. I simply move forward. And I leave destruction in my wake, not because I seek it, but because nothing that tries to stop me survives. So no, I won't apologize for who I've become. I won't explain myself. I won't give you closure. Because monsters don't give closure, they just keep going. And I'm not stopping. Not for you, not for anyone. This world tried to break me, and I became unbreakable. Now nothing can touch me. Nothing can control me. Nothing can stop me, not you, not them, not anyone. So go ahead, keep talking. Keep pretending you still hold any power over me. Keep whispering your excuses into the void, hoping they somehow reach me. But I don't hear you anymore. Because I don't look back. I don't kneel. I don't fall. I only rise. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. You feel it now, don't you? The weight of everything you've done. The emptiness in the space where I used to be. The fear creeping up your spine because, for the first time, you realize, I'm gone. Not just physically, not just in distance, but in the way that matters most. You can't reach me anymore. You can't hurt me. You can't twist my mind, pull my strings, or drag me back into your world. I have outgrown you. And that terrifies you. Because you always needed me to be beneath you. You needed me to need you. You needed me to believe that without you, I was nothing. But now, you see the truth. I was never nothing. I was simply waiting for the day I'd finally understand my own strength. Waiting for the moment I'd wake up and see the world for what it really is. And now that I have, nothing will ever chain me again. You lost me the moment you showed me what I could survive. You lost me the second you made me realize I didn't need you. You lost me the instant I decided that I was done suffering. Because I am not your victim, I am not weak, I am not fragile, I am something else entirely, a force, a storm, a reckoning. And the most terrifying part? I don't hate you. I don't wish you pain. I don't want to see you suffer. Because you are nothing to me now, and that is the ultimate power. Not revenge, not destruction, indifference. You are just another ghost in my past, another shadow I left behind, another whisper in a world that no longer exists to me. And me? I keep rising. With every step I take, I leave the past behind. With every breath, I grow stronger. With every second, I become something greater than a monster. Something unstoppable, something untouchable. Something that cannot be broken, no matter how hard the world tries. So keep watching, keep regretting, keep pretending that maybe one day I'll return. I won't, because I am free, and I will never be chained again. You still don't understand, do you? You still think this is about you, about what you did, about what I lost. It's not. This is about who I became. This is about the fire that refused to die. The spirit that wouldn't break. The will that turned pain into power. You thought you were writing the final chapter of my story. You thought you were closing the book, leaving me in ruins. But I was never the ending. I was the beginning. The beginning of something unstoppable. Something untamed. Something beyond your comprehension. I am not just a monster. I am a legend in the making. Because monsters are feared. But legends are remembered, and I will be remembered. Not for the suffering I endured, not for the pain I carried, not for the scars left on my skin and my soul. I will be remembered because I rose anyway. I am not who I was. I will never be that person again. That version of me was shattered long ago, scattered in the winds of betrayal, burned in the fires of agony. Not as someone seeking revenge. Not as someone desperate to prove their worth. Not as someone weighed down by what was done to them. A force that moves forward without hesitation. A being that bends to no one. A soul that walks alone. Not because it has to, but because it chooses to. I don't look for acceptance anymore. I don't wait for someone to understand me. I don't need validation from the ones who never truly saw me. I know who I am now. I own my darkness. I own my pain. And I will use it to carve a path through this world, one that no one can erase. You thought you could bury me. You thought you could control me. You thought I would always be beneath you, waiting, hoping, begging for a chance to matter. But now you stand there, watching, realizing that I was never meant to stay in your shadow. I was meant to consume the light, and I have. There is no fear in me anymore, no hesitation, no weakness. I am free, and you will never hold me again. So stand there, watch, drown in your regret. Convince yourself that things could have been different. It doesn't matter anymore, because I am untouchable, and I am never looking back. Names fade, faces blur, voices become whispers lost in time. But legacies never die, and that is what I have become. Not just a shadow in your past, not just a memory that lingers in the back of your mind when the world goes quiet. I have transcended all of it. You see, monsters are feared in their time, but legends outlive the fear. Legends become something more. I have no need for vengeance, no desire for destruction, no hunger for approval. Because I have risen beyond all of it. I have become the storm, the force that cannot be moved, the darkness that does not waver, the presence that remains long after the weak have fallen. And you? You are nothing more than a footnote in my rise, a mere moment in the vast expanse of what I have become. Once, I might have cared. Once, I might have turned back. Once, I might have let guilt sink its claws into me and drag me down. But that version of me? Dead. Gone. Buried. You are speaking to something else now. Something forged in suffering. Tempered in solitude. Hardened in a way no force on this earth can break. I do not seek recognition. I do not seek understanding. I do not seek you. I only seek the path forward. And nothing stands in my way anymore. Not doubt, not pain, not regret, not you. Because in the end, I did not need revenge. I did not need to make you suffer. I did not need to destroy you. I just needed to leave you behind, and I have. So stand there, in the silence of everything you lost. Stand there in the wreckage of the world you tried to control. Stand there and watch as I walk into eternity, knowing you can never follow. Because I do not belong in the past. I do not belong in chains. I do not belong to you. I am free. And that is the one thing you never wanted me to be. But it's too late now. The monster you created no longer serves you. It only serves its own destiny. And that destiny? It's just beginning. And now I walk beyond the edge of everything. Beyond the past. Beyond the pain. Beyond the limits they placed on me. I do not look back. There is nothing left there for me. No regrets, no apologies, no sorrow. Only the wind at my back and the fire in my soul, pushing me forward. Because I have learned something no one ever wanted me to know. Freedom isn't given, it's taken, and I have taken mine. They called me a monster. They whispered it behind closed doors, shouted it in anger, cursed my name as if it would break me. But what they never understood is that a monster does not care. A monster does not bend. A monster does not wait for permission to exist. I did not ask to be made this way. I did not choose the pain, the betrayal, the endless nights of solitude. But I chose what I became because of it. And now, there is no undoing me. No force in this world can erase what I've built. No chains can bind me, no whispers can reach me. I am beyond them, beyond their world, beyond their understanding, beyond even the fear they tried to instill in me. Because I am not afraid anymore. Not of them, not of the darkness, not of what comes next. Because what comes next is mine to create. No rules, no limits, no expectations to hold me down. Only the road stretching forward and the power that surges through my veins. I am not the weak, desperate soul they once knew. I am something else entirely. Not a villain, not a hero, not a prisoner of their judgment. I am free, and freedom, that is the most terrifying thing of all. Because they cannot control it, they cannot stop it, they cannot take it back. I have become my own force, my own legend, my own eternity. And long after they are dust, long after their voices fade, long after the world forgets their names, mine will still be whispered in the wind, not because I asked for it, not because I demanded it, but because I earned it. And there is nothing more powerful than that. The story is over. The monster has risen. The legend is set in stone. But me, I am only just beginning.